Yeah, so before I actually was ever diagnosed, I just realized that I was tired every day, kind of brain foggy when I worked with clients directly. A lot of what I do, I need to keep notes of, and I was having to reference back things a lot more often when I should be able to just easily grasp them from my mind if it was same day or day before type situation. But after finally getting tested and realizing that it wasn't just lack of sleep or lack of nutrients, it was actually that I wasn't getting the right amount of sleep and the right type of sleep. I just feel like everything kind of shifted. I started feeling better every day. I was able to get up earlier. I have a young son who's always up at the crack of dawn. So it was a lot easier to deal with still staying up later because I get the best work done late at night, but also being able to get up early, do my routine with my son, with my husband, and then go about my day. I do a lot of commuting. So sometimes there's that slump where you're in traffic and all of a sudden you need that second cup of coffee or midway through the day. It gets a little tough, but when I was finally getting the right type of sleep, I wasn't having those issues anymore. And I wasn't trying to add extra supplements to my routine to kind of make up for my lack of energy or go heavy on the energy drinks. It just kind of felt like everything fell in place. And it was very interesting to finally understand what it felt like to feel normal, I would call it, and just have a normal amount of energy, to get through every day. Yeah, I feel like I guess there's that mindset of, I work a lot of hours, I have a young child, I'm trying to balance social life, my personal business, chores around the house, staying connected with family, best customer service with my clients. And it just seems like once you get to a certain age in your adult life, you just take on more than you can actually handle in most cases. But in reality, it does come down to the energy level. And I think any doctor you speak to, when it comes down to it, the basics of nutrition and your overall health is sleep. That's the number one thing is if you get enough sleep, the right type of sleep, you don't have to add all these other ingredients to help you get through the day. So I really did assume that that was normal. I had a couple of friends with the same issue, but it definitely, I learned over time, was not as normal to be tired all the time and need a nap every single day, regardless of what your day looked like. Yeah, I would say probably at least 4 to 5 days a week. It didn't matter if I had a slow work day or if I was working, 8 to 12 hours. I just by that like 11 to 2 o'clock time frame, being up at 5 or 6 a.m., I wanted my day to be over. And I still had a good 7 to 10 hours left of my day with working and my son and, the everydays. So it's just been life changing to wake up and actually not hit the alarm clock and the snooze over and over again. And yes, I still have coffee, but it's more for the flavor than the energy now. And it's just nice to not feel groggy. And I don't like to complain, so I don't want to be the person that always is saying they're tired. And I am not a fan of people that look at me and say, "You look tired." That's like a woman's least favorite thing to hear. I feel like because I have been pregnant in the past, my excuse was if I couldn't remember a basic sentence or literally a word. I would try to explain something to a client, couldn't think of a very simple word. I'd say, "Oh, it's pregnancy brain," but this was post pregnancy. And I realized it was just there was a constant fog. It was literally exhaustion, and my brain was in overload and was just begging for actual rest. I was never going into REM sleep. And it's been a lot different. I don't have those issues as often. And it's a lot easier for me to email my recaps and be very thorough with how I converse with my clientele. And when I'm breaking apart my different projects, when I have multiple clients with different needs, I'm not overstimulated and overwhelmed. It's very easy for me to focus better. So it feels like it helps with my communication overall and being able to take information in and really kind of concentrate as well. Oh my gosh, yes. First off, the test was so much less intrusive than what I anticipated. I thought I was going to be in a hospital with wires all over me and it was going to take away from me being at work or at home. I thought that was going to be a whole deal. It was a quick and easy test. Um, a lot of what I did was in the past, I was trying things online or pop up ads where you try something, whether it's a mouth guard or some breathing apparatus, something, and you're just trying everything. But when you're throwing 20, 30, $50 at things over time, the irony is you're spending a good amount rather than just investing in the one thing that you could have done initially. So I feel like if I had known about this earlier, I would have saved myself a lot of money, a lot of time. And my son's almost 7. If I had dealt with this during pregnancy or right after when I had him, I feel like I could have even been a better parent because I would have just had the rest I needed. So yes, this was definitely worth the money, beyond worth the money. Kind of goes down to you need every day, you need to be able to function to be the best you, the best parent, the best business owner, the best friend, the best partner. And this has definitely changed a significant way of life for me.